There's going to be some session after in the Black Forge in Dublin, man. Yeah, McGregor's going to pack us out for a couple of days. You should come too.
Download the AllStar app. Make your picks for UFC fights, challenge your friends, level up and win prizes. Link in description. Get it now. The Irish Golovkin. That's where I want to start. Tell me about that nickname.
Yeah, I've had a couple of nicknames, but that's definitely not the worst of them. So I was training with John Boy, you know, and I've like naturally heavy hands, you know, so he just gave me that nickname. So yeah, but then in my last 2 fights I wrestled, so I really have to try live up to that nickname in the next one.
Well, you know, it leaves something to surprise them with, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
You know, going into this final, I feel like I've only shown a certain amount of things in my arsenal, so I'm really excited for this next one.
Yeah, this year has been a tremendous year for you professionally, right? Just take us through how life has been for you, you know, with these 2 fights for PFL so far. Yeah,
it's been a mad year. Like the final fight in PFL is my 5th fight in 12 months, so it's been hectic. It started last December in India. I knocked out this Egyptian guy, and then I fought in India again, and I knocked out this other Indian guy. And now my last 2 fights in PFL have been wrestling. So yeah, it's been good.
Going back to your last fight, you're supposed to face off against your opponent. He misses weight. They bring in the guy that you beat in your first fight. Like, was there any hesitation for you to like, man, why am I fighting the same guy? It's more risk than anything for you, right?
Yeah, it was madness because I'd done like an 8-week camp here getting ready for Chizov, and then he missed weight by 3 kg, so even the French commission wouldn't let us fight. So then in like my manic dehydrated state, I drank 2 liters of water, so I missed weight as well, and I was like, I want to fight Chizov. And then like the powers above were like, that's not a good idea, like it makes no sense. So they told me I should fight this French guy again. So they gave me an option. They said, you can fight this French guy again, or you can have this bye to the final. But I was like, nah, I came here now, I'm fighting. So it paid off, but just before I walked out, I was like, oh, that was not the smartest move.
Well, you got the job done, right?
Yeah.
What do you think when you compare the first performance to the second one? How do you feel about those performances?
Much better. Like the first performance, to be honest, was not a good performance from me. It was like a dominant win, but there was a couple of issues going into it, and I feel it reflected in the fight. So it was good closure to put it to bed in the next performance and really show a lot of the stuff I was working here. You know, like the trap house that I do, I learned here, and then I implemented that for nearly the whole fight.
That's right, the trap house. Explain that a little bit to people that don't know what that is.
Yeah, so it's like I have like a top pressure game when I grapple, you know, and but then I learned the trap house here. It's like when you're in half guard, you like basically trap their leg down. Like if your shin's a staple, you staple it on their leg, and I'd never even seen it before. So then it really clicked when I saw it, and then I used it for about 14 minutes of the fight.
Hey, when it's effective, man, you gotta continue using it, right?
Yeah,
like,
100%.
People don't understand, like, when you're winning a fight, you got to continue winning the fight. It's, you know, there's risks you can take, but, you know, are you willing to take that risk, especially when you're in a tournament, right?
Oh, bro, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, all I could think, like, going into the last round, sometimes with my personality, I can go a bit manic, you know what I mean? And my coach looked me dead in the eye, and he was like, don't do anything stupid, you'll double your money if you win. So I was like, yeah, let's go. Trap house again for 5 more minutes.
Yeah, double your money is always better.
Yeah, bro, isn't it? So
Nice. And, you know, you've been out here a few times, and you do spend some time in Abu Dhabi or Dubai. It's Dubai, right?
yeah, I live in Dubai.
Okay, so
yeah.
you live in Dubai, so you fly out here, and, you know, how has, you know, your camp's been? Not this camp, because are you in camp yet?
I'm in camp, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you're
in the
camp
thick
already.
of it, man. Yeah.
Okay. So how many weeks is left right now?
7 this Saturday.
7 this Saturday. So yeah, you are in the thick of it.
Yeah.
I was thinking there was more time left. I don't know. Time flies. Does time fly here for you too? As well?
100%, man. I got here a week ago. I feel like I landed yesterday. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah. So for this camp, are there any like alterations, some changes that you're making that you know you want to reveal?
Yeah, so, you know, the last guy, he was like a real high-level kickboxer. So the plan was to wrestle and smash him. This next guy, in my opinion, he's more of a grappler. So I think I can beat him both areas. So now, like, I showed him to George, showed him to Brad, and just make a good plan. It'll be a very different approach to this fight, yeah.
Yeah, and you mentioned Brad Riddell. He does the kickboxing classes here, and he does the coaching as well. You know, how has it been working with him? and leveling up.
Unreal, man. Like, I honestly think it's because he's young now, but like later on he'll become one of the best minds in MMA. Like he watched my lad for 5 minutes and he was coming up with things, and I'd watch my lad for maybe 2 hours. That really clever things to beat him, So it's good.
Yeah, definitely, man. He is a mind that's like underappreciated right now. Well, he's in Abu Dhabi with Volk, so I guess it's not underappreciated, right?
No, bro. He's clever. He knows what to do.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff, from what I remember, is Brad was the one that was working with Volk from the early days, right? With striking. So, you could give a lot of credit to, Brad for the development of Volkanovski's striking, as well as, their system that they have. How has it been learning that system? You know what I mean? I know you don't want to give too many secrets away, but
Oh no, I'm all secrets. Don't worry. No, it's been good. It's been unreal. Like I used to always see Volk when he fought. He used to say, "I'm going to break him down systematically," and I used to always wonder, what does he mean by that? But now that I'm here, I kind of get it. I'm not just trying to swing from my hip and crack lads. There's like a bit of method to the madness.
Yeah, especially when you got somebody that people consider the greatest of all time, or the greatest at this moment right now. You do have to look at that and say, yeah, something's working, and you get to get it from the source. And are you going up to Tiger as well and working with John Boy this time?
Yeah, I just go for John Boy.
Okay.
That's it. So Tuesdays, Thursdays I'm with John Boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is what, your second camp with him?
Yeah.
Or third? A second? So.
It's actually my third, yeah. So I
yeah.
came here for 4 weeks for the first PFL fight, then the last one for 7 weeks, and now this camp for even longer again.
Yeah, you got a hell of a coaching staff, man, out here.
Oh man, like if I can't win the tournament with this many coaches, there must be something wrong with me. So
you got Job Boy with the hands, and you got Brad with the kickboxing. And then you got the Hickman brothers with the wrestling.
You can't go wrong, man.
It's
who's he training with?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out, I guess, eventually. But like, what about the sparring out here? Have you felt like it's different out here compared to, let's say, back at home?
No, it's good. Like generally, I think you end up sparring with the same top 5 guys anyway here. So, but it's very good. It can be as hard as you like or as technical as you like. So there's a really good atmosphere. It's not like some gyms where everyone's trying to knock each other out. And at least here, if we are trying to knock each other out, we're still friends after. So it's great. I really like it.
Yeah. And your fight coming up in December, it's the finals for the PFL Europe. You win this, you're etched in history books. Literally, you're etched in the history book as the first winner of PFL Europe. The matchup, man, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I feel great. And talking about the history books, it's not just the first PFL winner. Like where I'm from in Cork, there's no one got to this level at the mind fighting for a title. So there's a lot of history to be etched in. And yeah, I feel great for the matchup. I think he's a big, strong lad, but that's never really been an issue to me. It's more the quick technical guys that get me. So yeah, I can't wait, man. And like you said, I've the best coaches in the world get me ready. So just enjoy the camp and smash them.
Fighters will say, like, I gain confidence from my coaches and my training, but there's the dark days as well, right, during training camp. Like, talk about those, and for people that don't see that, because nobody sees that.
100%. When I come here and I'm like full of calories and 84 kg, I'm like the man, But then by the time I'm cutting all my weight and I'm getting closer to the fight, especially the last camp, I was getting smoked by guys that are probably only signed up for their first package here, you know what I mean? So, but in my head, I know that this is just part of the camp. Yeah. And then when I fought, I felt amazing, Yeah, there's only dark days sparring Brad Riddell, bro. Do you know what I mean? There's no happiness there.
Yeah, he's a different animal. Well, it's when you look at the opponent, though, you know what I mean? Like, when you break them down, what have you seen so far? How do you prepare for an opponent? Do you look at their film? Do you let the coaches look at the film? Like, how do you, do you investigate them on social media? Fighters take different approaches. It's so different.
A mix of the first two things you said. So, I think what my biggest skill that I have is I can fight everywhere. Like I've every submission or every finish in MMA on the books. I can submit you, I can knock you out, I can bring you to decision. Yeah. So what I do is I look at his strengths, his weaknesses. I do like a little SWOT analysis, and I look at my strengths and weaknesses, and I put in, just my strengths, what I mean? And I put in where I can beat him. So, for example, with the last guy, obviously he was a real high-level striker, but his grappling wasn't as good, so I smashed him grappling. For this next guy, I think I've weighed up where I can beat him as well.
Yeah.
And then the coaches as well jump in on that, and they've given me some really good insights to beat him here as well.
You said, like, he's more of a grappler. If he wants to grapple, I'll grapple with him. But if he doesn't want to, I'll stand up and piece him up. It's almost like you're going to let him choose where to fight plays out in a way?
Nah, I'll try smash him, bro.
you-
It's in Ireland, you know what I mean? Like, I can run twice as fast and jump twice as high in Ireland, you know, I'll smash him, bro. Just go forward, yeah.
Different water out there.
Yeah, oh man, I can see in the dark and everything.
Yeah. How does it feel like, you know, like preparing yourself mentally to enter that type of environment, you know, but in Ireland?
I love it, man. I've had this is my 24th MMA fight, and I've never even come close to losing in Ireland. I've won all my fights there, like, you know, so. And like my entire city is coming. I don't know anyone that's not going. Like my auntie's grand's auntie is coming, you know. So it'll be good. I like it.
The streets will be empty in Cork.
100%, man. And then they'll be super busy after I win. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, only people busy would be the police, you know, just to make sure, you know, everything is right.
Yeah, I'll get like a pass to the city for a day. They'll be fine.
For sure. Yeah, and what are your thoughts on like how the PFL has managed the European tournament, and you know, and kind of brought in like guys and give girls and guys opportunity, because that's the main thing, right? It's opportunities on the biggest stage, and the PFL is doing that.
Exactly, and you know the PFL's like a fighters type of tournament, because you know you get these 8 other guys and you get to fight all of them, and you don't get a choice. You get put in, and look how active I'm being, and like financially and everything, it can change your life in the year. So it's great. I love it. Like I've done 5 fights in the last 12 months, and I told PFL give me 5 more next year.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, like you said, financially it changes everything for anybody. You know, the amount of money that you can win, and you know, it's not the local scene where you're making like 1,000. You know how it is.
100%. You'd be making a whole lot less on welfare. So
yeah. It's like you work so hard for so many years and kind of like get lowballed to get that big payday at the end, right? And you're right there. You're about to taste it, huh?
100%, man. Like you're paying to fight. You know, like altogether between like MMA, boxing, and kickboxing, this is my 49th fight, and I probably only made money in the last 5. So you know, it'll be nice to make a bit of money. So.
For sure, man. And also, you come out here to Paradise and do camp, and everything's set up for you, right?
It could be on a construction site back home. It could be a lot worse. So no problem.
Yeah, for sure, right? For sure, yeah. Yeah, man. I'm excited to see this finals, man, because you know you've pretty much dominated. Well, you only fought one guy, but you fought him twice and you dominated him. It's gonna be interesting to see the different type of matchup, and and your chance at history, man. Like, what do you got anything to say to like the people back at home that are gonna come and spend money and go to the fights and then watch you perform?
There's going to be some session after in the Black Forge in Dublin, man. Yeah, McGregor's going to pack us out for a couple of days. You should come too.
Oh, shit.
It'll be well worth the money buying the ticket.
Okay. So everybody's going to be after parties at the Black Forge?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, all right. So everybody heard it,
There you go.
After party, Black Forge. Not a better place to do it, I guess.
We'll find out.
All right, man. Thank you so much for the time.
My pleasure. Thank you, John.
There you go. Easy.
Cheers, bro.
Easy.
Nice one, man.